Also, thanks for weighing in, Don. We've been talking, as I'm sure you've heard part of, about the Treasury Secretary Hank Paulson's comments down in Washington on the economy and in particular on housing. I mean, what did you take away from the picture that he's painting today?
I took away from it that he's thinking of Sarbanes-Oxley. Remember in 2003 when we had this terrible draconian regulation designed to react to the Enron scandal, the WorldCom scandal, the Adelphia scandal? That has been a terrible burden on growth ever since, but legislatively, politically, it was a runaway train at the time, and the Bush administration just stood there and watched it go by. They've learned their lesson. They're afraid that there's going to be another runaway train here in trying to provide mortgage relief for people getting thrown out of their homes, for punishing those evil, evil people who lent them money in the first place. And when you're a politician and you see a runaway train, what's the smartest thing to do? Is to jump on the engine and pretend you're driving it. And that's what Mr. Paulson is doing.
Retailers get hurt this holiday season because of the high price oil?
Oh, no, not at all. Your first guest had it absolutely right. The high price of oil is the function mostly of growth. In other words, it's an organically generated higher price because people are richer, and that is a good thing. This is not a supply shock a la an Arab oil embargo. This is not a supply shock a la Katrina. But here's the dark cloud inside that silver lining. Nobody here has mentioned the word inflation. It's no coincidence that we have the dollar making all-time lows, oil making all-time highs, gold threatening to make all-time highs. It all smells of inflation. They don't publish a user's manual for the world economy, but if they did, the first line would be, when all those things happen, it's inflation, baby. Now, that's another one of those organic processes. People get more money in their paycheck through inflation. They can spend it on gasoline, no problem. But a couple years down the line, the Fed is going to have to do something about that inflation, and that's going to bring on the next recession. So short term, no problem. Longer term, watch out.